Hi everyone, welcome back to the Carnival Flowers video series. In this video we will be doing part 8 of the blanket, which is the puff flowers. In this part it's pretty much a repeat of like the same technique as what we did just after the center flower. There probably isn't too much technicality in this part except for your treble 4 togethers and needing to place a stitch marker in the corners. So let's get started, and we will start round 48. Okay, so round 48 starts in the corner treble, and it starts with a back post half double crochet. So what I want to do is show you a little trick with post stitches, so you don't have an ugly slip stitch. Just put your hook into from the back to the front, put the loop onto your hook, just pull the loop a little bit tight and pull through, and then that way your slip stitch is to the back. Yarn's just splitting a little bit. Now just take that stitch marker out. Now what we want to do is chain 1 and then back post half double crochet around that treble, and then chain 2 and back post half double crochet around the same stitch. So if you can see here where I come in before, so you just go back around in front of that last back post, just put your stitch marker back in the chain 2 corner, and then we just back post half double crochet around each stitch to the next treble. And it's that simple this round. So pause the video and I'll meet you back at the start of the round. Apologies to the next corner. I did say all the way around, but I forgot about stopping at the corner. So when you get to the next treble, you just make a back post half double crochet, chain 2, back post half double crochet around the same stitch, and then back post half double crochet around each stitch to the next corner, and do that again. So repeat that around to the start of the round, and you'll finish with just a back post half double crochet, and you'll slip stitch to the first corner, back post half double crochet. So I'll meet you back around at the start of the round this time around. Okay, so I'm at the end of round 48, done my back post half double crochet. So all we need to do is just slip stitch to our first stitch. If I can actually, here we go. And because I'm changing colours, I'm going to fasten off. If you're not changing colours, just slip stitch to the chain 2 corner. So let's go on to round 49. Okay, to start round 49, if you're not changing colours, you have to go to this chain 2 corner and chain 4, which counts as a double crochet chain 1. If you're changing colours, make a standing double crochet in the chain 2 corner, chain 1, and then repeat double crochet chain 1 6 times. So you'll end up with 7 double crochet in that chain 2 space. Okay. So chain 1 is the last of that repeat. So in total you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains and 7 double crochets. Next we want to skip the next 3 stitches, so the first half double crochet is slightly hidden, so 1, 2, 3, and in the third loop slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. Okay, next chain 1, skip 3 stitches, and then double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, double crochet another 3 times, so you have 4 double crochet and 3 chain 1s, chain 1, and then we repeat that, skip 3 stitches, slip stitch into the next 2 stitches in the third loop, chain 1, skip 3 stitches, double crochet, chain 1 4 times into the next into the next stitch, and repeat that to the next corner. So pause the video and I'll meet you at the next corner. Okay, so I'm at the corner and I have 3 stitches remaining, so I've finished on 2 slip stitch. Next what we want to do is chain 1 and then double crochet, chain 1 7 times in the corner. So make sure we have 7 double crochet in the corner. Okay, so that's our corner, and then we repeat skip 3, slip stitch in the third loop, chain 1, slip stitch in the third loop 2 times, chain 1, skip 3 stitches, and then double crochet, chain 1 4 times into the next stitch, and just repeat that around until the corner, and then we make finishing on 2 slip stitch, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 7 times in the corner. So you'll finish with a chain 1 at the end of the repeat. So repeat that around and you'll be finishing on 2 slip stitch before the first corner that we made. So pause the video and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Okay, so I'm at the end of round 49 and I've finished with my 2 slip stitches. So all I need to do is just chain 1 and slip stitch to my first double crochet. Of course, if you chained 4, you slip stitch to your third starting chain and then fasten off. And that is round 49 complete. Also too, not sure if you can see this, there's 11 groups in total, so the 6th group will be in line with your treble popcorns. So that is the center of your blanket, the 6th group. Anyway, let's go on to round 50. Okay, for round 50, a note for this round is that the chain 1 spaces either side of the 2 slip stitches are not worked into. It's these chain spaces between the first and last double crochet of each group. So to start this round, in the first chain 1 space after the first double crochet of the corner group, make a standing popcorn. So got a slip stitch, a slip knot on the hook, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop to the height of about a double crochet, and this popcorn in this pattern is 5 loops. So 5. Make sure our tail is downwards, yarn over, pull through, and then I like to pull through with leaving 1 loop on the hook and then pull through. Next we're going to chain 2 and then puff into the next chain space. Okay, and we repeat that to the last chain 1 space before the last double crochet of the group. So just pause the video and I'll finish this corner group. Okay, so I'll finish the corner group. You'll have 6 puff stitches in total. So what we want to do next is chain 2 and then slip stitch into the second slip stitch of the previous round. And this is our repeat. Chain 2. We need to skip that chain 1 space and double crochet, puff into the next chain space, chain 2, and we do this 3 times. Sorry for my squeaky hook. This yarn seems to make my hook squeak. Okay, so we're at the end of the group. So chain 2. So we got our 3 puff stitches in the 3 chain spaces between the first and last double crochet of the group, and then slip stitch into that second slip stitch of the previous round. So just repeat that to the corner, chain 2, puff, chain 2 3 times in the next 3 chain 1 spaces, skipping the chain 1 and double crochet. You'll finish with the chain 2, so skip the double crochet and chain 1 and slip stitch into the second slip stitch of the previous round. So repeat to that to the corner, and when you get to the corner we'll do the next corner together. So pause the video and I'll meet you at the next corner. Okay, so I'm at the corner of round 50 and your side should be looking a little like this. So to do the corner, we chain 2, puff, or skip the chain 1 and double crochet, puff in the next chain space, lost count. So puff, chain 2. So this is our repeat. So we got a puff, chain 2, and we repeat that until we get to the last chain space before the last double crochet. So you'll have 6 puffs in total. So just repeat that around. So what you do is when you're finished with your chain 2, you skip the double crochet in chain 1 and the first slip stitch into the second slip stitch, and then chain 2, skip the chain 1 and double crochet, and then puff chain 2 3 times into the next group, skip the double crochet, chain 1, slip stitch into the second slip stitch. So repeat that around, and then repeat that to the corner, and then you chain 2, puff, skip the chain 1 and double crochet, puff into the next chain space, chain 2, and you do that 6 times, and you just repeat that around, and I will meet you at the start of the round. So pause the video and I'll meet you back at the start. Okay, so I'm back at the start of the round. So to finish off, we just chain 2 and slip stitch to the first puff stitch, and that is round 50 complete. So just finish off if you're changing colours. Now before we go on to round 51, make sure you put a stitch marker between the 3rd and 4th puff in each corner, because these are going to be starting to mark our corners. Like, it will be curved for a little while, but once we actually corner off, it'd be good to actually know where our corner will be. So let's go on to round 51. So to start round 51, we make a front post half double crochet around the first puff of the corner. So that's the first puff. Next, we need to make 3 half double crochet in the chain 2 space, front post double crochet around the puff. So we repeat that another 4 more times to the last puff of the corner. So pause the video and we'll do the corner, and then we'll head on to the side. Okay, next, now that we've done our corner, next we're going to be working into round 48. So this is the back post half double crochet round. So what we want to do is make a treble 4 together. So to do that, we need to skip the corner half double crochet in the next, and then put our hook under that 3rd stitch. You're going to have to fold your work back and make a treble 4 together over the next 4 stitches. Okay, so that's done. So it's worked in front of your slip stitches and chain 2 spaces. Now this is our repeat for the side. Front post double crochet, half double crochet around the puff, 3 half double crochet in the chain 2 space, and we do that twice, leaving 1 puff left over. Front post half double crochet around the puff, and then treble 4 together into round 48. So skip 2 stitches and then treble 4 together over the next 4 stitches in round 48. and then you'll have 2 stitches remaining in round 48, and that is your repeat for the side. Front post half double crochet around the puff, 3 half double crochet in the chain 2 space twice, front post half double crochet around the puff, and then to treble 4 together in round 48 by skipping 2 stitches and then doing our decrease over 4 stitches, and then you skip another 2 stitches. So repeat that to the corner, and you'll finish with the treble 4 together before the corner. So pause the video and I'll meet you at the next corner. Okay, so I'm at the next corner, and what we want to do is front post half double crochet around the puff, 3 half double crochet in the chain 2 space, and we do that 5 times, and then we do a front post half double crochet around the last puff. Now I forgot to mention this before, but when you do your 3 half double crochet between your 3rd and 4th puff, just move your stitch marker up into the 2nd half double crochet, just so we keep moving our stitch marker up for our corner. Okay, so repeat that around. And then when we get around to the end, the corner here, we do our treble 4 together. So, and then we start our repeat once again. Front post half double crochet, 3 half double crochet twice, front post half double crochet, treble 4 together into round 48. Repeat that to the corner. Front post half double crochet, 3 half double crochet 5 times, front post half double crochet, and then treble 4 together. So that's our repeat all the way around, and we'll be finishing on a treble 4 together into round 48. So pause the video and work this round. Okay, so I'm at the end of round 51, and I have finished with a treble 4 together into round 48. What we want to do is just slip stitch to that first front post half double crochet, and that is the end of round 51. Okay, on to round 52. Now, before we start this round, please make sure that you got the updated pattern, because I have adjusted this next round around on the corners a little. So what we need to do is slip stitch into the 3rd loop of the first half double crochet if you're not changing colors, otherwise make a standing half double crochet into that first loop. Okay, so chain 1, half double crochet into that first 3rd loop, and then half double crochet in each 3rd loop to the last front post half double crochet, and just move your stitch marker up when you do that stitch. So for this round, we're adjusting our stitches so that way they start going a little bit more that way. So we'll be skipping the first stitch after the treble 4 together in this round. Anyway, pause the video and I'll meet you once I finish this corner. Okay, so I'll finish the corner and we have 20 half double crochet made into the 3rd loop. Now move your stitch marker up into the 10th half double crochet. So next what we want to do is a front post single crochet around the treble 4 together, skip the front post half double crochet, and then half double crochet into the third loop into the next 8 stitches. So that will be our repeat for this round, and we'll be sorry, for the side is front post single crochet, skip 1 stitch, half double crochet in the third loop in the next 8 stitches, finishing with a front post single crochet. So repeat that to the next corner, and I'll meet you at the next corner. Okay, so I'm at the corner and we're basically doing the same thing that we've been doing on the sides here, except we work into the next 20 stitches. So we skip the first one, half double crochet in the third loop in the next 20 stitches. So we just repeat that around. Front post single crochet, skip 1, half double crochet in the third loop in the next 8 stitches, repeat that to the corner, finishing with a front post single crochet, and then skip the next stitch and half double crochet in the third loop the next 20 stitches, moving the stitch marker up to the 10th stitch. So just repeat that around and I'll meet you back at the start of the round. Okay, so I'm at the end of round 52 and I have finished with a front post single crochet. So all we need to do is just slip stitch to the first half double crochet and fasten off. And that is part 8 complete. Now part 9 will be the popcorns that will be going into the front post single crochets, and then we'll have our clusters and our big popcorns to go. So I hope you've been able to enjoy this tutorial, and hopefully this has helped you with some stitch placement, and I'll see you with the next tutorial. Okay, thank you. Bye.